However, it's all going to come down to the challenge for the man on pole position in the mix for this one coming up. Qualifying heat B versus C, Dries van Langendonk has a chance to accelerate his form coming into the next big battle in front of us. But we could see the man alongside him, Oleksandr Bondarev, get his own clean sweep. He's won 4 out of 4 so far, and the young man from Ukraine with an ultimate golden opportunity on the Kart Republic chassis. What if he could make it 5 wins out of 5, very much in the same light as Gabriel Gomez? That would very much secure the Kart Republic sensation, who lives in Monza in Italy, just down the road from the Autodromo itself. This could be a great chance for Oleksandr Bondarev to work his way forward into a great crescendo. A dominant weekend, potentially on the horizon for Oleksandr Bondarev. However, he's got to do the homework. 200 points at the moment. All he needs to do to book himself a victory on pole position for the Superheat is 3rd position or better. Dries van Langendonk and Oleksandr Bondarev from Maria Giamananito and Jack Eiliff. Ethan Lennon and Matthias Ortweiler from Nicolas Schaufler and Roman Kamyab. Mies Huben and Filippo Sala from Jindro Peschel and Andy Consani. Jared Clark and Sebastian Letemaki from Luna Flusha and Kimitani. Murilo Rocca and Alpak Soy from Victor Smith and Alfons Miettinen. Kilian Dosseren and Lukas Abruchnik. Dominic Zawodny and Jan Stenschel from David Gorczyca. And
find out though as they go onto the tram lines. Are we going green? We are. It's race and away they go down in towards turn 1, and it was a great start from Van Langendonk, who leads the way as they go through. And who's that who's moved up into second place? I think that is Maria Neto, who has moved up into second place. So already Bondarev, who's in third. Huge collision, several cuts involved, right, about 5 having to take to the grass, and there's 4 cuts that have stopped.
Luna Flusha is out, one of them, and that's also, I think, Matthias Ortweiler, right up at the front end of the field, who spun around. Flusha is the one who hit him.
David Gorczyca, also one of them. Matis Reiber, who did manage to get going as well, also involved in that one.
Several drivers having to take avoiding action, essentially. I think Kilian Dosseren had to avoid it, so did Alfons Miettinen, but Luna Flusha going nowhere.
Oh, disaster, and that cart will get pushed and pulled off the circuit. Big shame, big shame.
Right, Bondarev has managed to get past Marianito, so he's now up at a 2nd position, giving chase to Dries van Langendonk. He doesn't even need to beat him, just stay where he is, and he is going to get himself pole position for the final later. But that's actually going to elevate Dries van Langendonk into 2nd position if he gets the win. That maybe is why Lewis Werrell was so dejected at the end of his previous heat, because he really didn't want to finish in 2nd place, knowing that his teammate could creep in and take a victory off him. So Dries van Langendonk, if he wins this one, he will get a pole position for a superheat himself. Here's the replay of the start. So we see Bondarev slotting in behind Marianito. That's discretion, the better part of valor.
Yep.
Nicely handled there. But watch in the mid-pack. That's where things are really going to start to kick off, and it's going to kick off now because Matthias Ortweiler is going to get a nudge from behind. It was the Ward Racing that nudged his kart. And unfortunately, there was Mies Huben, I think, going for the move on Matthias Ortweiler. Ortweiler spun the kart, and once his kart was turned around the wrong way, where did anyone else go? Goodness me!
That was Jared Clark, I think, who went high, wide and Hansen there and nearly completely flipped over.
Yeah, I mean, how on earth is Jared Clark still running? That is just bonkers that the kart is so strong and resilient that he's able to keep racing. Bondarev, meanwhile, has got back to Dries van Langendonk. And this is an interesting one because now essentially the only way Lewis Werrell is going to get a pole position for the final now, for the superheat, I should say, is if Bondarev catches and passes his teammate Dries van Langendonk. So he's got to be hoping that Bondarev catches and passes the Belgian.
Well, again, there's a long way to go in this race. So again, anything could happen. And he's in the right spot to be able to do that because he is closing in on Dries van Langendonk, who is there in the race lead from Bondarev and Maria Neto, who's there in 3rd place. Then you've got the 2 behind, Eiliff and Eden Lennon, who are just there as well. Nicolas Schaufler a little further down the order. You can see the DPK driver just coming through. But eyes are going to be on these top 2 now because Bondarev is all over the back of Van Langendonk here as they go down into the infield section through the first of the S's up the hill. Usually we'll see a move into this second one. Are we seeing one this time? No, we don't. He stays behind, doesn't go for a move. A little further back, you can see the parallel of Eiliff and Ethan Lennon still trying their best to close in. The top 5 at the moment are in the same positions they started this race, but for much longer as Bondarev. That was the first snippet we've seen from Bondarev to go for that race move. and it just didn't pan out. He has to drop back, and he's going to have to work all that time. He's just lost up all over again.
He probably thought about it, didn't he? Oleksandr Bondarev, sensing the opportunity is there on Dries van Langendonk, but that's going to really boost the confidence as well for Bondarev, because that Forza Racing expert, they've got so much pace. They had so much strength in time qualifying, but Kart Republic have really had their backs to the wall trying to get back on terms with them in terms of one-lap pace, and Bondarev and the crew definitely seem to have found something special now. Bondarev is all over the back of Dries van Langendonk again. Wait for it, wait for it. This is not the moment, and I think he knew that. Into the hairpin, back down the drop, through the compression, as he has another think about it. This is Bondarev getting very close to Dries van Langendonk. Maybe this is the chance. Here he goes, and he's got him. Oh, what a move! Beautiful.
Very nicely timed there, and again, you just got to think, so much is happening that these drivers are thinking about. They've got to think, where do I need to position the car? Where's he going to position it? You know, how am I going to get past? There's lots of things, lots of factors that these drivers got to deal with, and again, you just see Bondarev doing exactly what he needs to do, and now he leads the way, and already is now opening up a gap. We said the best result he needed was third. Well, he's done better. He's now first.
That is a stunning overtake, even by Oleksandr Bondarev's incredible reputation. That is one heck of a moment and one heck of a move. He's going to look back on that one and really stamp that one as a favourite overtake in his young career. That is a proper balls-out manoeuvre, really pushed it. And that was Oleksandr Bondarev really going for it. Now Marian Nito is going to try and size up the move. This would be a great opportunity for Marian Nito to get through on Dries van Langendonk, who I think is now wise to the move this time. He doesn't want to leave that door open on that corner again, as Marian Nito now senses the chance. And again, this is the factory outfits starting to catch up to the satellites, isn't it? We've finally got a chance now. We've seen the Kart Republic factory outfit take on Forza Racing and get the move. Now Tony Kart fancy their chances with Marian Nito on the toe of Dries van Langendonk.
Here we go then, up the hill once again. And of course, at the moment, Werrell, with this positioning, would be starting second overall in the points classifications. So, investigation
for Jarrett Clark.
Ah, right. Well, Jarrett Clark was the one that we thought went skyward in that incident. Maybe they thought that he was the person who maybe instigated it. Not too sure. Again, that investigation could be for anything. We don't know. There we go.
That's the thing. They've got a lot more cameras trained on their position than the one that we're looking at in any one moment.
And they have instant replay whenever they want it. We have to wait for a replay to pop up on our screen.
That's true. That's very true. Now, there is retirement for the Koski. That is Alfons Miettinen, I do believe. So, yeah, his race has come to an end. That's very unfortunate indeed for the young Finn. But Alfons Miettinen is actually under investigation for an incident. And I'm afraid that is the result of the incident. So I don't know whether the punishment has fit the crime on that occasion or whether it's a separate entity, but certainly Miettinen is not going to get to the finish of this particular heat. So problems there, as Marian Nito is really sizing up Dries van Langendonk again.
Yeah, again, closing right in. Really good to see, but I'm keeping an eye on Eilif here. Eilif was really closed in, the American, and right there, just behind. And I reckon we could have a three-car battle here. If one goes to the moves, the other's going to follow. And at the exit of the S's just there, Eilif has seriously closed in as they now go down into the final section here, in towards Toboggan Corner. Back up the hill now. No real overtaking opportunity through here unless you really force the matter. And then back onto the start-finish straight. And again, Bondarev still leads from Van Langendonk, who's under pressure from Maria Neto, and Neto under pressure from Jack Eilif just behind.
So now we've got Bondarev and Dries van Langendonk 0.6 of a second apart. Bondarev doesn't need to push here really, but Neto is struggling to hold the Tony Kart in front of Jack Eilif. The Paralin driver really starting to up the ante. Here comes the move from Jack Eilif. He's coming from a long way back and he sees the chance. The American through into third position in front of the Portuguese talent Marian Nito. Nito coming back at him, but Eilif is surely going to beat her to the compression. They go side by side. Oh, that's brave from Marian Nito. Those are the kind of moves she needs to be making to show the world that she is not a pushover. She couldn't quite hold the position, but that mentality is exactly the way she needs to be driving.
Yeah, that was very, very brave down the compression corner there. And again, just so close how the drivers were not able to collide with each other. It was the same from Jack Eilif as well, committed to the overtake and kept that spot. So very good driving. Now Ethan Lennon's going to have a chance to have a go here on Maria Neto as they go through onto the final lap. Bondarev leads the way by half a second, so he's pretty clear here from Van Langendonk. Question is, can Neto hold off the driver just behind of Ethan Lennon?
Warning flag for Raman Kamyab going into the final lap, so problems there for the British driver. And I think Marianito might just be able to hold on as Jindra Peschel now duels away with Mies Huben and gets through into 6th position. That's a great move from Peschel in the final stages of this heat. But what a run for Oleksandr Bondarev. Just when you think you've seen the best of him, just when you think he's driven into a comfortable, neat and tidy position, the fighter emerges from the surface. The phoenix from the flames, Oleksandr Bondarev, has charged through and he's got 5 wins out of 5 this weekend. It was about a year ago when his world came to a shuddering halt at Zuera. A year later, he has absolutely bounced back in style, and now he is everybody's hero. The Ukrainian sensation, Oleksandr Bondarev, 5 from 5, high 5 for the Kart Republic sensation, and he will be the ipso facto pole position for the Superheat tomorrow morning. Get some rest, Oleksandr. You're going to need it. And I have to say, what a great chance he's got now to win the final tomorrow. 2 weeks ago, in the Champions of the Future warm-up, he took a brilliant victory, a fairy tale for the sport. Now, he's looking very good to write a love letter to the sport tomorrow. I'm not just going to be a one-hit wonder. I'm here to stay at the front. What a brilliant charge forward for Oleksandr Bondarev. He manages to take, and Werrell that will be in pole position for tomorrow's Superheats. Dries Van Langendonk second in front of Jack Eilef. Marianito in a very confident 4th place in front of Ethan Lennon and Jindra Peschel. Mies Huben in front of Andy Consani. Good result for the Frenchman. Nicolas Schaufler in front of Filippo Sala, Sebastian Lettimaki and Kimi Tani. Lucas Abruchnik in a very strong 13th. Roman Kamyab ahead of Murilo Roca. Race battle in qualifying Heat B versus C. The last junior heat of the day. And right from the start, Bondarev was smart and tactical. Just slot in behind Marianito, let them go through the first corner, hang it out in 3rd position behind Van Langendonk and Nito, and wait for the moment to pounce. But at the top of the crest, there were more dramas to come. Now, I want to have a look at this in some detail, because Jarrett Clark is under investigation, but I'm not sure what for. Maybe they feel he was the one that kind of edged Mies Huben into the fray. I think that's a little bit harsh, actually. But Mies Huben, unfortunately, clattering into Matheus Orjuela. Orjuela spinning around. Luna Flusha having nowhere to go but into him. And a skyward Sodi kart, causing so much drama and intrigue further back. Several karts coming a crop up. But what about this move from Bondarev? It almost wasn't on at all. He made sure it stuck. Such an overtake. And Oleksandr Bondarev taking the victory with full conviction. Here's the move again. Dives in, so late, but so authoritative. I'm coming through, deal with it. Beautifully done from Oleksandr Bondarev. And a great run as well from Jack Eilef to charge through to 3rd position in the closing stages past Marianito. Nito holding on in front of Ethan Lennon, and Jindra Peschel getting through on Mies Huben in the closing stages of the race as well to get into the top 6 on home turf. And this was a brilliant charge from Marianito. Don't get through that easily, Jack. Side by side through the compression. Good effort, Maria. Jack really had to work to get through in the end there. And that was Jindra Peschel. Well, it's a little bit of an unfriendly move in the end from Peschel, and I don't think Mies Huben was very happy about that one. But the checkered flag comes out for Bondarev. 5 out of 5. That is perfection in OK Junior. So hard to achieve, so satisfying to attain.
Thank you very much, Jake. Yes, indeed, I have got Oleksandr Bondarev here. Another perfect weekend, 5 race wins, maximum points going into tomorrow. What can you say about that?
I mean, the weekend so far has been great. I managed to win all 5 heats. The package right now feels very strong, and yeah, the main is tomorrow.
And then we come into the plan for tomorrow. What's been the case with the tyres? Have you still got your 2 fresh tyres, or have you used them up already?
I used them up, but absolutely everyone, used their 2 tires. So everyone is going to be in the same boat in this superheat. So we'll see how we can do tomorrow.
Tomorrow is another day. Again, we're unsure on the weather. It looks like it's going to be another good day tomorrow with nice, dry, sunny conditions. Is that going to benefit you again?
For us, it doesn't matter what conditions we are, because we know we are very fast in the dry, but we're also very fast in the wet. So yeah, it doesn't really matter the conditions for tomorrow.
Well, another dominant performance. Congratulations. We'll see you on that top spot in the Superheats tomorrow. Well done.
Thank you.
Oleksandr Bondarev there. Again, I'm sure a very happy driver ending the day on the top spot. Only one more race to go, Jake, until we end the Saturday's racing. Back over to you.